world full of mundane podcasts, one show rises from the ashes. Critics are calling it outrageous. Podcasts, as we know it, will never be the same again.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. Welcome to the show.
Tonight, prepare for an epic journey where every step could be your last. The destination, a place where no maps can show. The mission, to rise above the rest. The danger, unimaginable. The reward, a shit ton of weed and laughs. It's going to blow your mind. This is To Be Blunt. So sit back, turn up the volume, grab your weed, get ready to light those blunts. That's right, baby! It's time for the highest podcast around. It's To Be Blunt. And tonight, it is supposed to be a legendary show going down. I have a guest of epic proportions. Infamous on Instagram, infamous on TikTok, infamous on social media in general. You've seen him smoking out with Snoop Dogg and hanging out with celebrities. You've seen him telling you to go shut the fuck up and close your damn mouth. Or the Rock used to say, know your role and shut your mouth. That's right. If you know what I'm talking about, it is the Pot Brothers at Law going down. Share this stream out. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Y'all, this is the only time you're going to be able to talk to a real live lawyer and ask any questions you want about weed and laws. I mean, this is the only place you're going to get that. Right here, To Be Blunt. I am so pumped up. We're going to talk about Squid Games because I'm getting fresh into that shit. I told you about it a couple of weeks ago. This show's fucking nuts, y'all. This show is fucking nuts. Plus more recommendations for you to stream this weekend. Shout out Awkward Ginger. I see you up in the house on Twitch. I appreciate you joining in. Brandon, my man. Shout out Strikeout Beer. Shout out TJ Burns. TikTok's popping. I see you, Mel. Mel in the house. Mom of all trades. On and off the field podcast. Everybody is in the house tonight. Because it is going to be probably the biggest show of the year. I don't know. All I know is you're live right here. It's To Be Blunt. And it's going down, y'all. I am so fucking pumped. I'm fired up. I'm sweating. I got the sweats. That might be because it's like unusually also fucking like warm down here. I don't know what the fuck happened today, but like we were in like a dip, y'all, where it was like 60 fucking degrees or something. Today it's humid as fuck. I don't fucking get it. What up, Keith Robbins? Yo, what up, Keith Robbins? I see you up in the chat. Y'all, it's hot as fuck down here, but we gonna fucking beast mode through that shit. Beast mode through TikTok. If you didn't know, not just TikTok, honestly, brand new Peezy merch. Fuck your guidelines, TikTok, right here. Fuck them. Brand new shirt, officialpeezy.com. Go and get yours. This is it. If you've had your account banned, what better way to stick it back to the man than to wear the shirt while you're making your videos? That's all I'm saying. What's up, Justin? I see you. Brand new Fuck Your Guidelines TikTok t-shirt, live out now. And it's even got the little weed leaves in the TikTok symbol. I mean, how badass is that? I love it. Only place you can find this is officialpeezy.com. Make sure you guys share out the live stream. If you haven't already, tell a friend to tell a friend. Get them up in here. We're about to party right here tonight. We're about to do a fat dab. That's going to be first on the agenda, though. We're going to need the fat dab. Phone lines are open, 860-384-7110. Are y'all ready? Like, are y'all honestly ready for this tonight? The Pop Brothers at Law is legit gonna be here at about 7:30. And I literally can't believe it. What's up, Willow? I see you up in here. SB Gross says, fucking, that's right. Fuck TikTok, fuck their guidelines. I agree with you. Mama be baked. Hey, how much? I don't know, it's like $25 on my site. Grab one today. If you want to take a dab with me, if you want to take a dab with your boy, yo, now's probably the time to bust out your shit. And make sure you shut the fuck up! Because it's time to smoke. Brittany Bish says I'm definitely getting one. Hell fucking yeah. This shit's fresh AF, baby. Fresh AF. Let's see here. First thing I grabbed, GMO crossed with OG Kush. Yeah, all right. All right. I'm going to let that run. Bethany wants a shout out? Well, shout out Bethany right here live on 2B Blood. Just your birthday last week. So happy birthday, happy belated birthday to Bethany. Happy belated birthday to myself. You know, I really can't believe that I did the whole show last week and didn't even mention that, like, hey, my birthday's this coming weekend. So over the weekend, your boy had a birthday, so you already know, another year older, another trip around the globe. Live a wild free, y'all. You got one of these shirts? Word. I'm going to roast one in a little bit. First thing I'm going to do is take this dab. So, I'm going to turn on my my device here. Sorry, Puppy had to go outside. That's all right. That's all right. Let's take this dab. Off my Boost Evo from Dr. Dabber. Featuring many heat settings. A nice, right below the glass fill, which you don't get on many spots right now. All magnetic. Love this thing. But before I go any further, I gotta take a rip of weed. This is 2B Blood. Am I right? I gotta get mentally prepared for this interview. Not just an interview, you guys. I mean, this is gonna be open forum. You guys can call in and talk to these dudes and ask them anything you want. Cheers. Oh my God, yo. Woo! Feel like Ric Flair fucking nation, yo. Nation. I like that. I like the cloud emojis in the chat right here. Cloud emojis are fire if you're a smoker. I'll tell you right now. You know what else is fire if you're a smoker? We'll take another rip real quick. Because this is gonna get me right here. I told you guys a couple weeks ago about the show called Squid Games, right? It's just like Korean I believe it's Korean, show off of Netflix, which has turned out to be like the biggest. Oh, green light. It's turned out to be one of the biggest shows on Netflix literally to date. They have never experienced such a surge. Now, I told you gotta check the show out. I just made it. If you've been watching, I just made it to the Marble episode. The Marbles. And if y'all haven't seen the Marvel episode in this thing, like that episode alone was so wild, so tense. What an ending. I mean, I don't understand how people cannot watch this show. I mean, it's unbelievable. Squid Games. Phone lines are open, 860-384-7110 if you want to call in and tell me what you think so far of Squid Games. Honestly, the show's been blowing me away, and that's why I recommended it. I haven't had a chance to finish it yet, but I'm like slowly chirping at that shit. And I'm telling y'all right now, this is like top shit. I am honestly obsessed with it. The characters, the storyline, not just the games, but the shit happening behind the scenes in the games, and it's incredible. If you guys are watching that shit, let me know in the comments. I know I can't be the only one watching Squid Games, but I know that shit's straight fire. Straight fire. Yo, let me tell you, that dab too. Woo, 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 woo. And shout out Alvarium, by the way, which is one of the breweries here in Connecticut. I know this is a weed show, all right, technically. But I'm telling you, these motherfuckers put out releases every so often, and they're definitely cannabis related, and you can't even deny it. Like, they just had this brand new release come out called Glued. Literally glued, right? It's got a big glued, but underneath is a big-ass gorilla. Big-ass gorilla. So, if you're a stoner, you put two and two together, you got Gorilla Glue, right? So I'm thinking this is definitely weed. And then you read the description, which reads, it's the same old situation, but when you've got high standards and you can expect things to get a little sticky, some sort of sorcery occurs when we pump this brew full of the fattest Mosaic and Simcoe buds. I mean, nugs. Listen, nugs. Like, you just don't tell me that's not it. What do you mean read the bottom of the can? Where am I reading at the bottom? Read the bottom of the can. 10, 12, 21. Glue sticks out for Harambe. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Are you fucking kidding me? Glue sticks out for Harambe, bro? What? What? You mean to tell me? You mean to tell me that... Dude. What? Glue sticks out for Harambe. I'm gonna crack this up, bitch. That's the fucking funniest shit. Double India Pale Ale, weed juice, Gorilla Glued, got the Dr. Dabber loaded up. Man, as a native Ohioan, I approve. Yo, you blew me away with that shit. I did not see that coming. All right, I legit did not think to look at the bottom of that can. That shit's fucking hilarious. Also, I almost forgot to mention the giveaway happening today. Of course, we are going to bring back my newest favorite game, 10-second rule. We're giving away 2 Be Blunt t-shirts. But for the first person that comes in and beats me, you will win a Fuck Your Guidelines TikTok t-shirt. The same exact one I'm wearing right here. All you have to do is go one-on-one against me. I honestly haven't even won yet once. Not once have I won this game. I froze up twice. So this is easy pickings for you. You call in, I pick a category. You got 10 seconds to name as many items in that category as possible. And then I do the same. And whoever's got the most wins. I mean, super simple. And you can walk away with a TikTok Fuck Your Guidelines Peezy shirt. All you got to do is call in 860-384-7110 and beat me in the 10-second rule game, which I've so far have gotten my ass kicked every time. First one, Shaba whooped my ass. Last week, we had John from Wallingford call in. That's right, Awkward Ginger, a giveaway. If you're down, all you have to do is call in. Phone numbers on the scrolling on the bottom of the screen. I'll even put it bigger for you. Boom. Call in now and play the 10-second rule game for your chance to win the Fuck Your Guidelines TikTok t-shirt. If you're down. Tonight's my night. You think I'm going to win? Listen, SB Grows, I don't know. We have our first contestant, though. To be blunt, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Donna Taylor, calling from Tennessee.
What was your name? I'm sorry, I missed that completely.
Donna Taylor, calling from Tennessee.
Donna Taylor from Tennessee. Are you ready to play the newest game, the 10-second rule?
I am.
10-second rule.
I am. Let's do it.
All right. I'm going to pick a random card out this deck. Random card out the deck. It's going to have a category on it.
Okay.
All right. So after I pick it, I'll give you the category. We'll put 10 seconds on the clock. And you will go rip fire as fast as you can. Name off as many items in that category as possible. Does that make sense?
That does.
All right. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to pick this random card. Ooh, all right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So the game is called, not the game, but the category is Backyard Games. Backyard Games. I need you guys to help me keep track. Backyard Games. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. I'm going to put 10 seconds on the clock. Go ahead.
You ready to go? Okay. Badminton, tennis, kickball, baseball, softball, football, tetherball, tag, hide and seek.
Whoa. Whoa. I clocked you in. Tell me if I'm right, y'all. I'm pretty sure she had 7, which is a lot. But someone please confirm this number. I heard 7, which is honestly a very impressive number. I just think you just named off everything with ball on it. Football, baseball, basketball, tennis ball, dodgeball. I was like, damn.
I was remembering staying in my backyard when I was little.
Damn, 9. SB Grow says 9. Awkward Junior says 10. I said 7. All right, listen. We're going to go with 9, which is going to be damn near impossible. Jason says those aren't backyard games. Which ones, though? How many would you say, Jason, are backyard games? I mean, tag football is it's still the same. You cranked that one out, I got to say. So, softball is not backyard. Tag is not backyard. That's true also. We'll clock it at 7. We'll clock it at a fair 7, which honestly is still a huge number. All right. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna pick another random category. All right. I got condiments. Are you ready?
Okay. I'm ready.
All right. I'm gonna put the clock on, the timer on for myself, and wish me luck to condiments. ketchup, mayo, mustard, relish, ranch, barbecue sauce, sriracha, guacamole. Is that a condiment? Shit. Is guacamole a condiment? That's a tough one. I don't know if guacamole is a condiment.
I don't think guacamole.
I think I got 7. I think I got 7, so
I think we tied.
I think we're tied. So I think we're gonna have to go ahead. They make guac sauces. Yeah, the guacamole is definitely on it. So you ready for another round?
Yeah, let's do it.
8 of guacamoles, SV, but I definitely didn't. Guacamole don't count. Guacamole don't count. We got a tie. That's the most I've ever come up with, though.
Good for you.
All right. So, tiebreaker round. Your category is sections of the newspaper. Okay?
Okay.
Sections of the newspaper.
All right.
I'm going to load 10 seconds on the clock. You guys get ready for this. 3, 2, 1, go.
Obituaries, the want ads, the advertisements, coupons, headline stories, people that got in trouble and are in jail, their charges.
I got 5. What was that last one? What kind of stories?
They're when they got in trouble, what they did over the weekend when they get busted, it says it puts it in the paper.
Without a proper name, I'm going to go with a total of 4 for this round.
Okay.
4, which is honestly not bad. That's usually what I get. Coupons are not a section of the newspaper, but the coupons do come in the newspaper. I'm going to let it slide. I'm lenient. It's okay.
Okay.
All right. My turn.
Alrighty.
Okay. Things containing caffeine. Containing caffeine. All right. So this is going to be an interesting one. I need to beat 4. 4 is the number to beat. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's hear it.
3, 2, 1. Things containing caffeine. Coffee, tea, no-dose, Excedrin, some chocolate will give you caffeine, Red Bull, Monster. I think the total was more than 4. Can someone confirm?
I think you kicked my ass.
I think I kicked
you
your
killed
ass
me with
too,
no
that's
dose.
right. I got you with the no-dose.
Fucking everything has caffeine in it.
This is true. This is true.
I love the no-dose.
Listen, I really appreciate you calling in and trying to, win a T-shirt. We'll do this again soon. Donna, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey. Bye-bye.
Donna came close. Came close. Told you were going to win it. Yo, SB, you called it. You 100% called it. So, we are going to take a quick break. Start to think about this. These are questions you're going to want to ask. I see backstage right now. That's right. I'm talking right now, like right this second, is none other than the Pop Brothers at Law, and they are waiting. They are waiting, so we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to talk to the legends themselves, the Pop Brothers at Law. The phone lines will be open. Don't go anywhere. It's the highest podcast around. You already know. It's To Be Blunt. Once upon a time I smoked some bud that was ugly. Came from a bitch whose plug don't really fuck with me. I said my weed bomb nugs tight, zip lock the shack's height. Haters better act right. I've been high since last night. Smoking nuts with good. I look like a red light. Broke bitches don't deserve no loud. I know that's right. Big bag busting out the dinky Toyota, man, to get high. Rappers backing all these bitches. Fuck, it's big bags busting out the dinky Toyota, man. It's Louis bags, Peezy backing all you bitches. Fuck, roll it up. If it's bud, then the bud better be loud. Roll it up. If it's bud, then the bud better be loud. Roll it up. If it's bud, roll it up. Roll it up. If it's bud, then the bud better be loud. I can make the banger hot. I can make your body rock. Haters said they fucking with me. Chances are they probably not. If I had a butt, you probably lick it like a lollipop. I can have you slobbing on it, hit you with karate chop. I'm forever puffin' shit, pulling up and bustin' shit. Gotta make a statement how I'm rolling up the fattest shit. Bitches out here playing, gotta make them understand. Ain't no money in my hand, you ain't getting none of these grams. I said my weed bomb nugs tight, zip lock the shack's height. Haters better act right. I've been high since last night, smoking nuts with good. I look like a red light. Broke bitches don't deserve no loud. I know that's right. Big bag busting out the dinky Toyota, man, to get high. Rappers backing all these bitches. Fuck, it's big bags busting out the dinky Toyota, man. It's Louis bags, Peezy backing all you bitches. Fuck, roll it up. If it's bud, then the bud better be loud. Roll it up. If it's bud, then the bud better be loud. Roll it up.
I wasn't expecting this right here.
Bud, roll it up. Roll it up. If it's bud, then the bud better be loud.
This doja from my dojo, bro, louder than Mosquito Code. When I hit it, I don't finish till I'm in a sleeper mode. Go ahead and get them O's. We can go and start the show. Break it down, roll it up. You know how the story goes. Big born busting through your sets, yeah, you heard of me. Only grams 28 or over ain't a mystery. Bud like my bars, fresher than some Listerine. Low key, your queen's favorite stone to check her history.
Big bag busting out the dinky Toyota, man, to get high. Rappers backing all these bitches. Fuck, it's big bags busting out the dinky Toyota, man. It's Louis bags, Peezy backing all you bitches. Fuck, roll it up. If it's bud, then the bud better be loud. Roll it up. If it's bud, then the bud better be loud. Roll it up. If it's bud, roll it up. Roll it up. If it's bud, then the bud better be loud.
The laughs are non-stop. It's TV Blood with Peezy.
To Be Blunt Podcast. It's about to go down. TikTok. If you're watching on the TikTok app right now, I can't recommend you enough to please move over to Twitch, to Facebook, to YouTube, so you can actually see our guests and get the whole experience. You're not going to want to miss this. It's about to go down. These two gentlemen are legends in the cannabis industry, and they're quick to tell you to shut the fuck up and keep your goddamn mouth shut. You know them as the Pot Brothers at Law. Let's bring in Mark, Craig, the Pot Brothers at Law. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
My man lights one up. I like how he lights one up as soon as we bring him in here.
Nice.
I will join you. I'll tell you that.
Are we here?
I'm going to join you.
Are we here?
We're here. We're live. Welcome to Be Blunt. It is such an honor. I literally at this point can't even believe I'm staring at the both of you right now. Like that we are on the same screen together, because I have watched you guys for a very long time online, being obviously a stoner myself as I was coming up as an entertainer, just killing it on the TikTok, on literally almost any social media page you guys touch. It's been a success. It's very, yes, actually good word, big leagues. Very big league. I'm gonna lay out this blunt with you. Listen, this is honestly highlight of life. I appreciate you guys taking your time out to be here. I know you guys are both very busy on top of it, so this is fucking amazing. Welcome to the show. Oh my god, not 2 seconds later. To Be Blunt, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, this is Matt Human from Benicia, California.
Hi, how's it going?
All right, how are you?
Not bad. What's going on?
Is that the Q?
That's Q man.
Well, I got that. It's you. It's you.
This guy on the phone here, Mark, why don't you introduce him?
I will. I'm happy to. This gentleman who happens to be calling, he's obviously lurking after us and stalking us, but it's okay because he's the guy that mentored me and my brother on California cannabis law and is one of the gentlemen who was actually very integral in the medical movement of cannabis coming to California back in 1996. Attorney Matthew Cumin, I give you.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Mr.
Oh my
Matthew
God. Wow.
Cumin. Listen, so it's according to that introduction, it's an honor to meet you.
Well, it's I wish I did all those things that Mark said, but
Very humble.
I actually cannot take credit. I was actually a Johnny Come Lately in 1996. I was a civil rights lawyer suing police for killing people and injuring them when one of my dear friends, Tony Serra, who's really the king of the medical cannabis lawyers in the state, and his young partners brought me in to help with all the development of the cannabis dispensaries in the Bay Area and things like that. And it's been an interesting ride. And then I get to meet Mark and Craig along the way, and those are my brothers from another mother.
How
So
did you end up linking up with
been a lot
Mark
of
and
fun.
Craig?
It's funny you ask. In 2014, me and my partner in San Francisco, Terrence Allen, were setting up a political action committee called California California Cannabis Voice. And we were setting up chapters around the state, including in Humboldt. And then we did a Southern California chapter. And Mark and Craig showed up at an event that we held in was it West Hollywood, I think, guys?
Yes.
And they were, Craig was there. He's always been interested, particularly because his son's very involved in all this. And Mark, of course, has been a cannabis user, aficionado, and in doing criminal cases. And we just found a natural alliance and friendship and collegiality. And they joined up with us politically, helped us do a lot of things as we were developing the behind the scenes kind of pressure to get the government to try to do some things right, which is, we didn't do enough or couldn't do enough, but we tried. And
It's the government.
And then that was in 2014 or 15. And we
Never look back. Never look back.
never looked back. We're having a lot of fun.
That's an incredible story, man. So you guys have been doing this together for a long time. You guys have known each other and have been fighting the fight for a long time together.
Well,
Yes.
years in cannabis is like dog years. It's like 100 dog years. But I didn't get, I was doing my own thing in 96 when the law passed, and I met Tony Serra and those lawyers, and they were all like, we need someone who's got a little business background, can really kind of do the non-criminal part of this whole world, which was just starting the non-criminal part. And then I didn't start, I got pulled into it. I always say the tail wagged the dog. And I got pulled full time. And finally in 2008, I opened an office in LA. And then I also opened an office in Denver. And we were helping our friends in Denver, try to build the movement there, kind of help increase the number of dispensaries and access to medical cannabis for patients in Colorado. So I actually had the first law firm that had cannabis operations in 2 states, which was fun. And, but I didn't really get going on it until right around then, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It was 2004 to 2008 was when things really cranked up. So
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So that's the man. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, great story.
All right.
It's been great, guys. Appreciate you calling in,
get
Q.
off and let you guys. I should let you guys get off and do what you do best, which is entertain and educate. And it's a pleasure to always join you, my brothers there. And I hope we all have great success in ending prohibition because it's not over yet. So,
Not by a
Thanks,
long
Matt.
shot.
all right, you guys, you're awesome. I'll get off. Take care. Bye bye.
Talk
Thank
to you soon.
you. Wow.
God, I wonder what did he follow to call that? That's great. That's a big reacher show for him to catch it on some social media platform and call in. That's pretty huge.
And literally, as soon as you guys got on got on the air, like he called in. I feel like he was definitely stalking for a little bit there, waiting for that opportunity to get on there and make that call. Stealing the spotlight from you guys. No, I'm just kidding.
Stealing our thunder. I was just about to say.
Stealing the thunder, exactly. How dare you? You guys have generated so much thunder. I don't understand how you guys have been at it for so long and still continue to remain so incredibly relevant. Is a testament to both of you. It's got to be interesting being an entertainer, but also an actual fucking lawyer.
Well, we're lawyers first, and
speak for yourself.
Being a lawyer, in and of itself, when you do litigation, when you go before a court, when a jury, a judge, you're acting. I mean, you're putting on an act up there, and you're putting on an argument, and if you want to be the best you can be. I mean, it's not just the law, and it's not just the facts. It's how it's presented, and there is a touch of theatrics in that. And then then you have me and my brother just being me and my brother. That's just who we are. And we happen to be attorneys. We happen to fall ass backwards onto Instagram, and we're who we were. And if people wanted to watch it, they will. If they don't like me, then fuck them.
But you're telling me when you come on there, like, this is 100% how you are off camera is how you are on camera. It's not a gimmick at all.
Absolutely.
No, not at all. Not at all.
We couldn't keep it up this long if it was a gimmick. We just couldn't.
Well, I know. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Our mother, she will still. It's been 5-6 years now. We're all over social media. She'll. Why do you have to cuss? Why do you have to still cuss? And I told her, somebody decided to give your loudmouth sons a platform, and we're using it. And guess what? People like to say the word fuck, and we've made it the Fifth Amendment. Now that's it. Shut the fuck up, man.
Dude, and I can understand completely. I have literally trucker mouth, and my mother for years has probably thought of me as the worst reject in the family, because I can't go anywhere without just, honestly, I have no filter. This is just how it comes out, and exactly. And I think that's maybe one of the things that appeals to a lot of people with you guys, because you're just so open and you got that absolute 100% zero fuck attitude, which is why I was wondering, because I know you guys have. I know at least Mark for sure, but you got quite a background in theater leading up to this.
Yes.
Well, that's how come. I mean, I'll take the credit there, because that's why he's a lawyer, because you've seen his resume and everything he's done in film and all that great stuff. But at one point he was still, I think he was running film. This is years ago, a long time ago. And he was going to get married. That marriage never occurred, but he was going to get married. And I said, dude, Wait, you're waiting tables? What are you going to do? You're running.
I waited tables for one day once.
Okay, whatever. You were running film, whatever it was. It was whatever you got to do.
What does though?
Whatever you got to do. And I said, you want to act? I said, do what I do. Go into court every day. Be a lawyer. And at least you have, instead of running film or quote unquote waiting tables, you could be a lawyer and then keep doing your acting stuff and producing and shit like that. And that at some point,
that's what I did.
That's what
exactly
what he did.
What I did. My law practice financed the independent film company and went into making independent films for years. I actually had to stop doing all that because of what happened to us on Instagram in 2015 and all this stuff that just started happening. We didn't try to
organic.
Do it.
As my son would say, it's organic.
That is the proper word for it. You guys started on Instagram with the 15 seconds you would give them.
Yes, 15 fucking seconds.
15 fucking seconds made you guys fucking superstars. What was the thought behind that?
Well, we decided that
first
we figure out how to reach what we were going to do with 15-second videos, right?
Well, I mean, first of all, we fell in ass backwards because my son, Jay Cures of West Coast Cure, said, Dad, this is 6 years ago. There's a guy doing a streaming like a podcast, but 6 years ago, but it was streaming on the internet, and it was Getting High with this guy named Adam Mill. And he had a talk show, and he talked to people. He had
What platform was it on?
What platform?
Yeah,
Be Real TV.
Yeah, it happened to be on Be Real TV.
That's a big deal.
Tell the story right. You want me to take over?
No, I'll tell it. And so, because it's my son, he said, I want you guys to come up and talk about the laws with this kid on his show. And he does dabs, he smokes joints, he hits bongs, and no lawyer we could find on earth to do that. We do it. And my brother said yes immediately. I had to think about it for a minute, being the older brother, thinking about the state bar. And long story short, I said, fine, let's do it. So we went up there, we did the show, we dabbed, we smoked joints, blunts, and hour and a half took questions from the internet. And at the end, we took a picture with Be Real. My son said, now you got to do Instagram, which we had been putting off. Nah, fucking over Facebook. I don't want another one. And I stood there and put, my brother and I had talked about being brothers, smoking pot, and being lawyers. So the Pot Brothers at Law. So standing there in the studio, I opened up the account, went on ad, and I put in POT space, because there's a space, Pot Brothers at Law.
Right.
Suffice it, that's why there's a fucking underscore under every letter, is because I thought it was a space. So instead of just Pot Brothers at Law, it's Pot _ Brothers _ Law _ blah, 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 blah. So anyways, that's the name. And then after we set it up, you can hear me. My camera's going off and on, but so afterwards, we're like, what are we going to do? And my son was saying how there's no one out there who gives free legal advice, simple free legal advice. Nobody doing it. So we decided, okay, let's start with California marijuana patients on how to stay safe from the police. And it was California law. And so we literally, if you go to our page and scroll all the way to the beginning, it's pretty funny how we did a series of like 3 or 4 15-second videos on how to act during a traffic stop. And then as the weeks and months progress, we get a lot of information in 15 seconds. It was ridiculous. So that's kind of how that happened. And then it went from California law to how to stay safe from the police, and 4th Amendment, 5th Amendment rights, which turned into not California, the entire United States. The 5th, 4th Amendment constitutional rights you live with. It's not just a state thing, that you have that right to not self-criminate. You have the right to not consent to a search. And that actually is when I think it really started taking off.
That you guys blew up after that.
Well, no, there's a progression. There's a progression of 3 years from 2015 to 2018, where we amassed about 120,000 followers in 3 years. And that was just the organic nature of everything we're doing and people following us and sharing and all that stuff. Then,
I would consider that blowing up for sure, though.
Well, no, absolutely. And we started getting invited. First, it was like, the High Times and these consumption events that they have in California. And it was, hey, here's a free VIP pass. Come and, come hang out. Here's a free 10x10 booth, here. And then, here's a 100 by 100.
We were in the dirt. We came up through the dirt. We literally were at consumption events, cannabis festivals here in California, where there were outdoor old school events. And we had a 10x10 booth sitting there for 3 days, just, meeting people, telling people what we thought, and, just being who we are.
Smoking with them.
So that was pretty cool.
And so now the thing is now when you get out there and you start doing these events and people can actually see you up front face to face, that changes the game sometimes. Like, people can see you online and shit, and like, that's cool. But when you get that face to face, like, sit down with somebody, especially somebody that you've been watching online, like, that could be change. That could be, like, for some people, game changing for them. So, and I think
it is humbling. I mean, it is humbling because we do get, we had a podcast early today with a crew and an attorney out of Taiwan. One of our videos, an attorney took and subtitled it.
No, it wasn't an attorney.
Okay, it was someone else subtitled it.
It was a company that's so far away from cannabis, and they took the video and subtitled it in Taiwanese, and it got millions and millions of views. And it's still getting millions of views in Taiwan. And so she came out
because it's basically the same in Taiwan that it is here about your rights. It's basically the same. But, but she made the comment that she made the comment that it was surreal sitting with us. And that is very, very, very humbling because we're not those guys. I mean, we're just regular fucking guys. Come over, we like you, we're gonna hang, you know. And but it is, we do get that reaction. It is very humbling.
I mean, I'm telling you right now, I said the same thing. Like me, I consider you guys legendary in the cannabis industry. I mean, you have been a staple. Like if there's a weed anything event, you know that there's Pot Brothers at law. Like that's like it's almost simultaneous. So like having this experience is literally fucking crazy right now.
We appreciate that.
And hearing the story that you guys are getting invited to all these events and you're starting to rub elbows with fucking celebrities. Oh, sorry, fans are coming. We'll get right back to that. I want to get the people a chance too.
You got it.
To be blunt, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Hazel Days from Trinity, California.
Hazel Days, how's it going? You are live with Mark and Craig of the Pot Brothers at Law.
Just you guys speaking about like how humbling it is and everything. When we were on our video meeting, like honestly, I cannot even begin to tell you how much I started perspiring as soon as you popped up on the screen, because being a native California who has been born and raised and has watched it go from like this insane war to like, okay, maybe some medical, but we're still going to like attack you over it, to like, it's okay if you have it for medical, you have more rights now, to like this recreational stage that we're in. And to see how you guys have honestly had a hand in it, and like also being from Trinity County where like they used to grow medical marijuana out in the national forest illegally, and then they made this whole stand and stage with B.E. Smith, and he went to trial and fought for rights. And Woody Harrelson came and was a witness in his trial and almost got arrested and held in contempt because he was so aggravated with the way that they're handling medical marijuana patients. It just, that's you guys. Like, you're that epic. You're like Woody Harrelson taking the stand for somebody that's from small town Trinity County who just can't stand to see these people who are trying to do the right thing get pushed around and arrested for it.
Yeah, no, we appreciate that. Awesome. We're very familiar with Trinity and that whole fight, and it just takes people to step up. And we, like I said, we kind of fell into it backwards. You know, we're very pleased that it happened. That, you know, I mean, that's why we're probably the first and only attorneys in, I want to say, the world that on a consistent basis, if any, actually smoke cannabis freely. And we want to change, not only change the stigma of a stoner. This is a stoner, you know, successful businessmen, attorneys.
Yeah.
It's just destigmatizing it is our big goal too. And we're glad that we can do that. And we thank you for all the kind comments.
Thank you.
Well, especially for someone like me, because I personally knew B.E. Smith, of course, because I live in Trinity County. Like, who doesn't know B.E. Smith if you live in Trinity County? But it's hearing the stories and the struggles, and that, you know, people who are like-minded like you guys and B.E. Smith and Woody Harrelson, like, it's not about the money. It's not about making mainstream media and causing us feel because you want to be recognized. Like, you guys are actually dedicated to this, and you openly smoke it, and you tell us, like, look, I know the stigma, I know what everyone thinks about you, but look at how successful you can be and still be able to have your medicine, or, you know, whatever helps you get through your day.
It's all medicine.
Or to be there.
It's all medicine. This whole recreational adult use. I mean, you're self-medicating when you're smoking weed, period. No matter what they label it. You know, it just shouldn't. It's it's medicine. It doesn't change because you don't have a card from a doctor. You know, that's my opinion. Yeah,
and I mean, my therapist and psychologist tell me all the time, like, that they think it's the best decision for somebody with PTSD and high anxiety and all that, and to have that medical marijuana, because all the prescriptions that Big Pharma give you just kind of destroy your body over time more than it fixes anything.
Well, they got to sell the next piece of medical, the pill that's going to help the other thing that the other pill caused.
Oh God, don't get me started on this.
Exactly. Exactly. And as a kid, I grew up in a very conservative home, which is kind of funny being a native California, because in California, pot's just kind of been normal. whether it was legal or not. It's just always been kind of viewed as normal.
Well, I'm
in
a
the
native.
area that
I'm a
I grew
native
up
of
in a
Southern
very conservative
California.
home.
Yeah, I'm a native of Southern California, and I'm going to be turning 60 this year. And I've been smoking for 45 years. So it's, I smoked a joint when I could have gone to jail for a felony right here, right where I grew up. I'm only 10 minutes from where I grew up as well. So it's just crazy what I've seen change. And as fucked up as Prop 64 is in California, it's like, unfortunately, when you're my age, kids just coming on the scene have no idea the last 40 years of the struggle. And now they can go into a store.
Exactly.
Yeah, taxes are high. Yeah, the regulations are fucked up so bad. I mean, that's a thing I could talk about for an hour. But
people got released from jail.
But at least it's still at some level, people are getting a business license and an okay from the state to sell cannabis. I mean, on a bottom level, that's crazy.
Yeah. We're getting, so in Trinity County in California, where medical marijuana has been accepted for, years before most of the rest of the United States accepted it, and we're just now getting our first dispensary. We never had access to the closest dispensary to us is 45 miles away.
45 miles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is in California, and there's going to be an initiative. Look out for this initiative. I don't know if it's going to be in 22, but if it's not, for sure in 24, it's a California initiative that if the people pass this, it will take local control away from the cities. Right now, the way Prop 64 was written, the cities have local control. So right now, listen to this stat. Listen to this fucking stat, to be blunt, right?
Yep.
And my brother can rattle it off. He may have to run, but it's like 470 something.
482 cities and 56 counties.
Less than a third of the cities and counties allow cannabis activity. Less than a third.
Yeah.
Still. It's still banned. And of those third, only so many do dispensaries, only so many do this. And of those that allow it, they limit it to a fucking 5, 10, a number or a lottery or some stupid shit. I mean, I could talk about that shit.
Or they have an insane amount of corruption that goes along with it. We had a enforcer who lived up here who said that she couldn't sign her name to anything and because of how corrupt it was, and that she was moving back to Oakland because Oakland was more clean than Little Trinity County.
Yeah, all these cities, there's been several different cities. I think it was Adelanto, I think maybe Maywood, where people in government have gotten arrested and they've gotten convicted and they're in jail for taking kickbacks for cannabis licenses. I mean, it's the way, instead of the cities just saying, look, it's like a grow store, a hydroponic store. You get your licenses, you get city to fire to come in, building like anybody else, and you don't have to pay $100,000 for a license, and let people open up. And if you're good, you'll make it. If you're not, you won't. And that's how it should be decided, as opposed to keeping everybody out who's been in the industry forever. They want to stay in, but they can't get in. And that's the fucked up part about the system. And
that's exactly the problem that's happening up here. Is there's so many people who, because of the loopholes and the corruptions, they can't go legit. So they're just retiring, because if you're not legit, you're not going to be able to live off of it. You're not going to, period, point blank. It's so diluted out here, especially in the heart of the Emerald Triangle. They know that they can make you go low.
I know.
Yeah.
But thank you very much.
Call in.
We're on your side.
I'm just love it. Yeah.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
Bye.
People love you guys, man. There's no fucking doubt about that. People can talk to you forever. It's an opportunity a lot of people like clamor to have. You know what I mean? Like, to be able to actually talk with you guys like we're doing is amazing. While we have some time and no one's calling in, all the phone lines are open if you guys do want to. I want to talk about the script, man. The script. This whole thing with the script, the 25 words. How did you come up with it, and why is it so successful across the board? Like,
well, we started with, it was all this shit goes with us being where we are is a lot based on my son. and who wanted to get into the cannabis space when he was very young, and he wanted to grow for people who were ill, and you had to be a caregiver back then, and there was a law regarding how you had to do it. And so when he wanted to do it, I was doing business litigation, work comp law, injured workers, and he wanted to do it. So let's read the law. Let's read it. Let's find out what it is that's going to keep you safe. And that's basically how we dove into getting into the cannabis space itself, was based on him wanting to actually grow. And under the laws back then, it was a felony first. Then you had to defend it depending on how you handled, how you ran it. Then you could defend it.
Guilty until proven innocent, huh?
And what was your question again?
The question was I wondered first off how you came up with it and why it's so.
The script. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
If I go off tangent, it is after hours, and I am having a joint.
Listen, enjoy yourself.
So we would tell him, no matter what, you shut the fuck up. You don't talk cops. If anything ever happens, you get busted, and you get raided, you shut the fuck up, and you don't consent to a search. Period. And we've been telling people that for a million years. And so that actually happened. My son got twice raided, 4 felonies each time, and we ended up getting him off both times because he shut the fuck up. Literally. That's a whole nother podcast we could talk about his case alone. His 2 cases.
I know. I was reading about it online, and that's crazy.
We got the cops lying twice, different departments, about him consenting to a search and blah, blah, blah. But it was all with him with shut the fuck up. And then so when we started doing the social media, we started to think, okay, how can we best get this out there? It's not just shut the fuck up. It's what if a cop comes up to you and starts talking to you? What do? You go mute, right?
Right. That's just going to piss them off.
And you don't say shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up. So we got to be careful. We don't say that to the officer.
Right. For everybody watching, don't tell the cops to shut the fuck up.
Yes, please don't. That's for what you to do. So we started engaging in a conversation of what can you best say to the cop? Because if people... When's the last time you smoked? Or the guy sees you come out of a bar, you get in your car. How many drinks did you have? People either want to lie and say none, or tell the truth and say 2, and then they usually go in because they told the truth and they're going to go in.
Right.
So instead of lying to them, I'm not discussing my day. It came about by what's the best. It's easy for me to say it now, but back when we were putting this together, it was what's the easiest thing? Because it's hard to look at a cop in a window at your car who's 8 feet tall. He's got a flak jacket on. He's got his gun and his taser and they look like they're from fucking Star Wars, Darth Vader. And you get intimidated. And it's how can I just not be afraid to not talk to him? If I don't talk to him, oh shit, you're going to think I'm guilty of something. No. Because if he pulled you over for being impaired, he would just take you in because you're impaired. 9 times out of 10 is because you didn't do your blinker, have your lights on, blah, blah, blah. Then they get up there and let's see what we can do more. So I'm not discussing my day came about. And so it's just the easiest way to say, I'm not talking to you politely, I'm not discussing my day. And they just, and then at some point after that, you got to grab your cojones and am I being detained or am I free to go? Like, do what you're going to do. I know my rights. Do what you're going to do. You're digging for more shit because I always tell people this. If the cop's talking to you, it's because he has nothing to arrest you for. Don't help him. Help you. Fuck yourself.
That makes a lot of sense, though, because
it's true. So that's how we came up with that. And the why did you pull me over came about because of a Supreme Court case that said law enforcement has 8 to 10 minutes to give you that ticket unless they come up with independent probable cause. Okay?
Yeah.
The longer they sit there and talk to you, the more chances they're going to come up with independent probable cause to keep you there for an hour. Okay? Now, they may still keep you there for an hour, but when you say, "Why did you pull me over?" that clock is ticking. So either they know better and they go, shit, I'm going to go to the next guy who's just going to blab. Leave.
Right. That's right.
We have had people, very few, whether they're telling the truth or not, the cop said to them, then you must follow the Pot Brothers at law. Because I'm serious. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but it's true that someone told us that. And we do, and if you look at our page, it's somewhere down there, but we get a lot of comments from law enforcement praising what we're doing, thanking us for what we're doing, because we're trying to make it safer on the citizen and law enforcement. We have law enforcement friends. We had a guy who got shot at a traffic stop for just because he walked up to the car. And I mean, so this isn't, people, we're not anti law enforcement. We're anti bad law enforcement. And, that's what we're anti about. And the thing is, there are good law enforcement out there who understand and appreciate someone knowing their rights and being polite about it
I'm sure they don't get a lot of people they pull over that are like that receptive, and
no. And they're like, hey, I'm not going to talk. This is it. You got something. Give me my ticket or leave. And then, so that's where Why'd You Pull Me Over started. I'm not discussing my day. And then you have to invoke the fifth because of a case law. All of our shit's because really of law and case law. So when you say I am invoking my fifth, is because you have to be vocal to be silent, to invoke your right. There was a case where this guy got interrogated, never invoked his fifth for hours, 12 hours. And at the end of the 12 hours, they said something about a murder weapon. And you can see my face now. He did something like this, where he looked away and like guilt. Look, people know you look guilty, right? Your mom, you're fucking guilty.
Yeah.
And they use that against him. Whatever you say or do, they use that against him to convict him of murder.
Wow. Just by looking away from the camera.
And they appealed, saying that he had invoked his right to silence by being silent. He didn't say a word for 12 fucking hours.
That's crazy.
And they said, no, you have to say it. So that's why you have to say it.
So you can't just shut the fuck up. You have to say, I invoked the fifth.
That's right. That's right. And what people don't understand too is the cops, and these are even good cops, they're trained to trick you and deceive you into what your rights are. They're trained, even the good ones. That's why I think they appreciate you knowing your rights and you peacefully basically asserting your rights by using the script. We have them, we finally actually got stickers. I thought, who the fuck wants stickers? I'm an old man. Who wants stickers? We finally have the script. Go to pballmerch. Shameless plug, pballmerch.com. And we have the script sticker, goes right on your window. Boom. Because, unless you repeat it every day like we do, you're going to get in front of a cop and you're going to get nervous. Because we get people calling us up going, oh, I watch you guys. I follow you guys. I fucked up. I talked. I fucking talked. And I follow you guys. Now I got a DUI because I talked.
And you're fighting like shit, like motherfucker.
So now we have stickers you can put on the window. And you can look right up at it and go, okay. And you just follow the goddamn script. That's why
and it get me a sticker. I'll tell you that.
We'll get you a sticker.
But I definitely gotta have a sticker, man.
We'll get you.
If you guys, SB Grows from the comment, she's wondering, does the smell count as probable cause?
Not in California.
Okay.
Not in California.
So you have to check your local laws to find out if that's the case.
Your local state, your state laws, because anywhere in California, smell alone is not probable cause, and we've been getting cases dismissed left and right because law enforcement still doesn't know, or there's still attorneys out there that will take a case like that and instead of getting it dismissed, take the money and make the guy plea out. We see that a lot. So, but yeah, in a lot of states that's gone legal, it's similar, but it's literally no longer probable cause. Period. Smell alone. So it's okay to smell like fucking weed.
Months ago. See, that's the question now. I'll have to check Connecticut because we literally just went legal like 2 months ago, and I'm pretty sure there's something on that. So
Google it. I'm sure we tell people Google it. Just like field sobriety tests. This is a good little plug for your listeners. Field sobriety tests prior to getting arrested. This is all this shit on the side of the road. In California, they're voluntary. You don't have to do those. If you're arrested, then you have to do a blood, breath, or urine, or you lose your license for a year in California. Now, They're voluntary because no one's ever going to pass those tests anyways. So you politely decline them. They're going to give you a hard time, but you politely decline them. Unless you've been arrested, then you got to do blood, breath, or urine. Now, if you Google this in other states, for the most part, it's the same. They're voluntary. So Google it in your state. Some states are different. When you sign the back of your driver's license, you're saying, if I get arrested in California, I'll do a blood, breath, or urine. It doesn't say I'll do a field sobriety test. Some states may have that requirement when you do get your license, but Google it and you'll be surprised. Most states that I've Googled, it's the same. It's voluntary. So don't do them.
Wow. All right. So then here's a question for you. For example, I have a P.O. box. I got a pretty decent following on TikTok, and I was a musician. So I put my P.O. box for people who wanted to send me, like some people will like draw you paintings and do weird, fans. They send you all kind of shit. So let's say now I received something in my P.O. box that was illegal that I did not know about.
Then you don't go pick it up when the post office calls and says, we have a package waiting for you.
So if they'll call first, is what you're telling me.
You'll get a letter. You'll call. No, they'll usually get a letter.
So they'll just send you a letter, like, hey, we found this. You want to come get it?
Well, they don't tell you what they found. They just say, we have a letter for you waiting here. And you say, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not missing mail.
Works.
I'm not expecting any mail from anywhere.
That's an interesting thought.
And that's the best way I can put it.
That's a good point. See, it's always good to know how to cover my ass in that aspect because I never knew. Listen, that's a good question, though. I mean,
no, we've had cases. Had cases where they intercept a lot of weed, they repackage it, send it to the goddamn end house where it was going to, and it's a fucking sting. We have cases like that. We have cases where they're staking out and they see the same guy going to the same fucking post office, getting tracking receipts. But they fucked up on that case because they thought they were being cute and they were tracking this guy for months, right?
Uh-huh.
And he had all the receipts and he got in his car and they waited for him to leave and get in his car and drive off. Then
Was
they
he
pulled
shipping
him over.
product?
Yeah.
Oh.
And a lot. And so, but they pulled him over for some bullshit reason, did a bullshit stop, got into his trunk, got the tracking tickets, but it was such bullshit. We were able to bring a motion to dismiss on unreasonable search and seizure for lack of probable cause to get into the trunk, and we won. So the case was dismissed. Now, if they had got him coming out of the post office, there probably would have been nothing for us to fight. But that's why shutting the fuck up is going to help you.
So that's just the end game is to shut the fuck up.
Yep. Let them make their case.
And
if you guys they're going to arrest you.
Put the questions in the chat if you guys don't want to call in. If you do want to call in, 860-384-7110. That's 860-384-7110 if you want to ask the Pop Brothers at Law any questions that you might have on the law. Dude, what's it like rubbing elbows with celebrities now? Like, how does it feel knowing that you not only succeeded in law, but now you also have this backup gig where you're just you're flat out entertainer, hanging out with Snoop Dogg and shit? Like, how the fuck? Like, how is that? How does that feel? What does your family think about that? Like, your son.
I'm glad I'm back now. I just stepped back into the conversation after picking up my son here.
Wait, cut him off. You're supposed to cut his feet off.
No, this is
a trip, man. I mean,
you're right.
I've never
been even come back that time. The whole time we were talking, I had no clue where he left.
Yeah, he had to go pick up.
I had to go pick up my kid. I'm a father too, right? We're not just guys. People who see us just say, "Hey, you're the shut the fuck up guy," and we get that in the everywhere we go, restaurants, the mall, whatever. Around my kid, hey, say shut the freak up. But it's crazy that as attorneys,
being able
really
to
struck a nerve
and meet the people we've met, and it's nuts. I mean, I don't think about it too much. My son's been around entertainers, and I have too, and it's one of those things, like, they're real people, and I think that's why we've got along so well, because we're just is what it is, I guess. But it is a trip to,
Well,
Bump
we've
fist with
had
Snoop.
Beatle experiences, right, Big Brother?
Oh,
Where
come
it's
on,
like,
one time, stop.
no,
One time.
twice. You forget because once they almost broke up. The bodyguards told us to get back. They were gonna make the little fence go over, and then another time a lady came up to us. She was one of these refugees.
I've got to interrupt though. I'm gonna have to run here in a couple minutes. So if I click off, it was an absolute pleasure doing the show, and I appreciate your time.
You, man. Thank you so much for your time.
And then I'll let Mark answer this last question I see down there because that's a whole nother show as well.
Oh, I don't.
Let's do a part two.
What's the question? I don't even see.
The question. It's right on the screen. It's a moms and CPS. Any feedback? So people are wondering, can your kids get taken because you smoke weed?
Wait, you know what? My screen must have froze or something because I don't see that question. Can you just repeat it?
Yeah, so there's two comments that both related to being mothers and child protective services. So first one was moms and CPS, any feedback? And the second was, can your kids get taken because you smoke weed? Which I'm pretty much the same.
Yeah.
idea.
So those issues and how they're dealt with are going to vary from state to state. So like here in California, it varies from county to county, from judge to judge. Then I've seen judges take kids away from somebody who had medicinal cannabis, had a recommendation, and was like, no, you got to stop using that because it's going to lead to other things. So you see that, and unfortunately, when you have a judge who's in a family law court going to say, I'm taking your kid because of that, I mean, it's fucked up. And those things have to change through more legislation. But then what we tell people here in California, all you can do as a person who uses cannabis, and it's adult use is legal, makes it even more ridiculous because all you got to do or should have to do is keep it locked away like prescription medication and alcohol. And that's it. And don't let your kids get near it. If you're letting your kids have access to it, that's a problem. That's like letting them have access to alcohol. Beyond that, if you're doing all those things, and I've seen people do those things, and I've seen kids get taken away, and that's the type of thing where more advocacy and more is needed to people to stand up and bark back against those type of things. So
I agree with them. Honestly, like even I'm a new parent myself. I got a 4-month-old. So like obviously I'm over here, doing a cannabis-based podcast and I'm putting myself out there in the open, you know what I mean? Much like a lot of other people are, even like, you're an entertainer, so you understand this. You get how TikTok is and shit. Like, there's a lot of people I see in here that have TikTok, and a lot of them who are parents are also on there doing, 420 content, putting themselves out there to where if something did happen, like, can they go back? Like, for example, and this is a long stretch here. Like, can they go back and see those videos and use those against them?
I mean, what if there's a video and you're passing a joint to your kid? Sure, that can be used against. Yes, that will be used in family. That will be used by your ex, whose attorney is scouring social media. I mean, I used to do divorce back in the day and social media was just coming out. And I had a case. We had a custody battle. I represented the guy. And what did this woman do? She posted a picture on her Facebook page, drinking a glass of wine while driving a car with her 8-year-old on her lap.
Oh, shit.
And it wasn't too hard from there to go get the kid and get custody.
Yeah, that's a dumbass move. But let's just say, for example, now, if you're not that much of a fucking moron, that you just have videos online of you smoking and say you get in trouble with the law, and can they use that against you? And like, if there is a child that that it also might be.
I just using cannabis in and of itself, that's not gonna lead to anything at all in terms of any kind of criminal matter. So what? I mean, that's more. Well, TikTok. I don't smoke on TikTok. They take it down.
I know.
They take it down. It's funny because when I first got on TikTok, I just repurposed all our shit. And like within 10 minutes, the first TikTok page I started was permanently banned.
10 minutes?
Within 10 minutes, because I didn't read the rules, and I saw, oh, you can't post smoking, you can't post it, and that's all we do. So we had to do different types. I redid everything, and we still, some of them get taken down. I don't know why. Maybe because I cuss all the time. I don't know, but
that's why I had this fuck your guideline shirt. I'm just so tired of it, dude. I'm like, they're the worst. They literally are the worst when it comes to like creators. Like, I've never seen an app that'll just go out and it'll pull thousands of creators off their app in a day. No questions asked, and like, it's nuts, especially creators who have brought them a lot of followers back in. Right? And for you guys, for example, any kind of creator, but then you also have people like 420 Dogface who they'll let smoke. And I've seen one with rapper and producer Tyga, who was talking about, what if I made a smoke break video and he's showing using his grinder. That's cool, no problem. But if I fucking ever show my grinder on TikTok, I'd be down, bro.
Well, here, I posted it was funny too, because I got on our new one, I got a thing with, be careful, you're close to getting permanently banned. And it was just after we did the Shut the Fuck Up Friday with Snoop. And I posted that, on IG, and then I looked at Snoop's IG, and he's smoking pot. Okay, maybe they'll whatever. And I put that up, and they took it down.
They're bastards, Joe. I really are. I'm gonna get back to some audience questions though. Hazel asks, what legal repercussion can come from advertising as THC when it's synthetic and not pure?
Yeah, well, that's criminal. That's criminal, fraudulent. If somebody dies, murder. That's reckless, and that's the reckless disregard for human life. If somebody should die, and you're doing that, so there you go.
I hope that answers your question, Hazel.
That's simple. And that's me and my brother. We tell it like it is. You come into our office, we tell it like it is. You don't like it, you'll eventually go find an attorney who will tell you exactly what you want to hear. Be careful.
How does the medical card work for federal government workers?
There is no medical card. There is no medical card for federal government workers.
So you could not be a government worker in the Fed and still have your weed card. Not acceptable.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. In California, so again, this is state by state, and how things are going to be different. But in California, when you go get a physician's recommendation, nobody knows. It doesn't go in a file or a list or anything, database or anything like that. It's just between you and a doctor, and that's it. And so you may work in a place where they might randomly test you and they still have a problem with that, like the White House, right? Remember that bullshit?
Yeah.
I wrote an article called the Reefer Madness is Alive and Well and Living in the White House. When all that crap was going down. So, it's just shining a light on things like that, I think.
There you go, guys. I gotta ask you, Mark, bro. How did you come up with your fucking look, bro? How did you come up with your look? Because you stand next to your brother, and it's like you definitely are the guy who's like, you got the fucking hair poofed up, you got the fucking thick suits every time, you got the weed dog necklace, you got the fucking shades on, bro, and you just look like straight pimping every fucking time. Like, where did you come up with this whole look and idea for it?
All right, so that's a great question, which I appreciate, and it's a culmination of a few things, beginning with just me and who I am, going back to high school and how I was a break dancer in high school. In the 80s, I was a b-boy. And,
you were a b-boy back in the day.
I was, and I wore the matching socks, and I wore the Puma sweats. Those old enough to remember the Puma sweats, and all that kind of stuff. So. I started in musical theater when I was a kid and workshops when I was 10 and all that stuff growing up. So that was always in me, the entertainment aspect and acting and all that stuff. And so we fast forward to, I get married in 2004. And every month or two, me and my wife would go out, go dancing, whatever. And first of all, the first 2 weeks of our marriage. I was 35 when I got married.
Okay.
And so I was old, you know, I'd lived my bachelor, I'd done it all, did my thing. And
That's actually about the same time I got married.
so first 2 weeks, every day, almost, I got it. What I'm going to court. What that tie doesn't match. Why are you wearing that? And I would, I'm a grown man. I dress myself before you. What the fuck? And I was offended. And she kept coming at me about the man. And then after 2 weeks, I'm like, I don't want to fight anymore. So guess what? Whatever you want me to wear, put it out on the bed and I'll wear it. Go get whatever. I got to go to court. You know what? I got whatever. And so that's what started to happen. And so then we would go out, you know, once every 2 months, whatever. She'd buy a special outfit, dress me up, you know, and, you know, she liked doing that. She has her own little stylist thing and she likes doing all that shit. And so she did that the first, you know, we got married in 2004 up until 2015. She would look for outfits for me once every couple months. Then we get on social media and I go to court more than my brother. So I'm dressed how I dress. He doesn't go to court. He's more casual. So when we started doing the tips in the very beginning, you know, hey, I'm back from court. Let's rush out. Let's go. And as much as people were appreciating the education, we got more comments on the way I was dressed, the way my brother was dressed. And that's when I realized it was more of a, you know, hey, there's a Jay and Silent Bob thing going on. There's a comedy, there's something here that we need to accentuate. And, you know, hey, if I'm not in court today, I'm going to have a vest and tie at the office. I'm going to throw it on for fucking 10 minutes and we'll shoot some content because people are there. They do it. And so we start going to events and we start doing all these engagements and stuff. As things progress, I'm going to my wife. I need another outfit. And then one day she goes, well, wear that one. And I go, no, I wore it yesterday. I'm on, so hundreds of thousands of people are watching. They're like, I can't afford another outfit. I can't wear the same shit 2 days in a row. So it literally became almost a job for my wife, continuing with this wardrobe. And, you know, we're getting ready. We leave Monday for MJ BizCon next week in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, we're doing our Cannabis Talk 101 shows every day. We got just everything. And I need 5 different outfits, you know? And so, you know, it's become, and to that end, I've been asked by other influencers, celebrities, and I've turned them on to my wife. She's actually freelanced as a stylist for a few people getting their outfits.
She's got a whole look, man. She knows what she's doing. Shout out to the
well, and it's great because when I always get complimented and I always say the same thing. And for years, I've always said it. I go, look, my wife puts it all together and I cannot take credit for it, but I can take credit for what's in it and what's on this face. So that I'll take, you know, and the hair, I got to give my mom and dad.
Dude, it's lucky you. That's all I got to say. All right. That's all I got to say. I can never replicate that with what I got right now. I got a question from Hippie Dicky Moon. He says, let's say hypothetically, someone, not me, but someone got a possession charge in Virginia, a couple of years ago. But now it's fully legalized in Virginia. Should that person just assume it will go away eventually?
All right. So as it has happened in California, it's happened in phases in California. So when the law changes like that, and now something that was criminal is no longer, depending on how they write and enact these laws, one, if it's the best way, it's going to automatically happen. And you'll hear about it. Like in a couple of counties in California, the DAs decided, okay, we're going to expunge everybody's record that falls under that category and done. Or you will have to hire an attorney to do it, or there's workshops that they put. This is how you get your thing expunged, but you have to take an assertive step towards getting it done. And it's, you know, it's filing stuff. It's filling out the right forms and paperwork and filing it in the right manner, in the right fashion, in a timely manner, in accordance with the rules of procedure and all that shit, which, I mean, it's all just instructions, you know. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to, or an attorney for that matter, to do something like this when it becomes available.
Absolutely. I agree. That's actually a good question.
Yeah.
My man, listen, I gotta say, it's already been an hour, so I gotta thank you first off for giving me all this time. I know you guys are so busy and taking your time out to come on here and bullshit with me and smoke with me for the last hour, dude, has been so amazing. I just want to say that.
Well, I appreciate the time as well. With the more people we can reach, and I can't stress this enough. Like everybody listening and watching this, you please tell everybody you know, because as much as we're out there, and we got 1.5 million followers across social media and all this, we get the calls every day from people who end up saying, "Fuck, my friend told me after I got arrested and after it happened, I fucked myself." People, as much as we reach, there's still more people who need to know their rights so they can avoid just needless, senseless spending of money. And, people's lives can be ruined depending on any one given situation, and a misdemeanor and felony away from fucking everything up. And it can be saved because most people, I've been doing criminal defense for 26 years. 3 to 4% of my clients are criminals, that criminal enterprise and whatever. I don't know whatever. Right. Everybody else, they got into a situation, they committed some kind of crime for some reason, but they're not criminals. And those are the people that really, really need to know this information, because they know they're not criminals. And the gut reaction is, I'm not doing anything wrong. I haven't done anything. Well, what the fuck, cop? And that's going to drive thinking you can talk your way out of some situation when you cannot. So I'll stop with that.
Fair enough. Listen, thank you so much. I mean, hopefully we can do a round 2 next sometime and continue this. This is fucking amazing.
Anytime. Just, we set it up, pop it on our calendar whenever. And, I'm happy to do it.
Check out Pop Brothers at Law online, Instagram, TikTok, all social media, anywhere and everywhere. That is where you need to be. Pop Brothers at Law. My man, Mark, thank you so much for coming on. And, dude, stay high and have a good rest of your night.
Likewise, brother. Thank you very much, and I look forward to more. I will do some other shit together. It'll be cool.
Sounds good, brother. Peace.
Take care.
I can't believe that just happened, yo. I cannot believe that just happened. Pop Brothers at Law. Follow us, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all social media at 2B Blunt Podcast with the number 2. That's 2B Blunt Podcast with the number 2. Here's a link to all of our social media pages. Like, subscribe, follow, give us all that good shit. I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out with us. That was amazing. You already know how it goes. We'll see you next week. Stay tuned. Same weed time, same weed channel.